I'm DJ Ray. I host a weekly show every Tuesday live on TikTok at 8 p.m. called Music Goats, which stands for the greatest of all times. Each week I pick a different theme to find out who the GOAT is. And in tribute to Black History Month, I think last week we did funk, and the week before that we did Motown. Tonight we're going to up the antes. Tonight and next week we're going to up the antes, and we're going to do the greatest of all time Black male artist tonight and Black female artist next Tuesday. There's just too many great ones to put them all together, so we had to separate them. But even separate, it's some of the biggest names in music we're going to go over tonight and next Tuesday. Again, in tribute to Black History Month every February. So I am going to, one other thing before I get started. How you doing, Dave? Before I get started, Diego, how you doing, buddy? We have a little fun here every Tuesday by seeing who really has music knowledge. And just for fun, we ask you guys to pick, or I guess I ask you guys if you could pick who you think is the GOAT for this particular evening. It's going to be Black male artists. So any Black male artist in history, you can pick if you think that they were the greatest of all time for Black male artists. We're not doing the females tonight, just the males. Females next week. And I probably should have put it the other way if I was a gentleman, right? Not thinking. So Black males. So how you put your guess in is just type it in. We do an honor system here. Uncle Mike just picked Ray Charles, a great pick. Nana Banana picked Michael Jackson. Remember, if somebody already picked your pick, it's probably wise not to pick the same one because you're going to lose anyway because the other person buzzed in first. So maybe just think of your second or third favorite. Candy just picked Miles Davis. Very cool, very interesting. See, this is the cool thing, is they can be in any genre. So Miles Davis, great jazz artist, you don't hear him on the radio and stuff like that, but huge in jazz and a great Black male artist. So, all right. So let's get started. Once again, I'm DJ Ray. Every week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. religiously. I was even here on Christmas Eve at 8 o'clock. I was here on New Year's Eve at 8 o'clock. I'll always be here 52 weeks in the year, unless there's, invaders from outer space taking us over on a Tuesday. I'll be here. Counting down the top 20 of that particular theme tonight, being the greatest Black male artist of all time. But my main goal here is to find the GOAT. Who is the standalone greatest of all time Black male artist? So without further ado, let's get started. At number 20, for the greatest Black male artist of all time, it's Jackie Wilson. Nicknamed Mr. Excitement, he was a prominent figure in the transition of rhythm and blues music as it turned into soul. In 1999, two of his recordings, Higher and Higher and Lonely Teardrops, were added to the Grammy Hall of Fame. In 1987, Jackie Wilson was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 2019, he was honored with a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. So my number 20 artist goes to Mr. Excitement, Jackie Wilson. It's good to be exciting. I got to work on my excitement levels a little higher. I think as age, every decade that goes by, the excitement level goes down just a little bit, You guys get me, I think. Not that I'm calling you old or anything. Jackie Wilson, number 20. Counting down the greatest Black male artists of all time in pursuit of the GOAT. Who's the greatest of all time? Number 20 was Jackie Wilson. Number 19, going way back, probably the oldest one on this list, I'm going to say, Louis Armstrong. He was best known by his nickname Satchmo, an American vocalist and trumpet player whose career spanned over 5 decades. Some of his best known songs include What a Wonderful World, Hello Dolly, Dream a Little Dream of Me, When You're Smiling, and When the Saints Go Marching In. Throughout his career, Louis Armstrong received many accolades, including an induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 1972, he received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Coming in at number 19 on DJ Ray's Greatest Black Male Artist of All Time, Louis Armstrong, number 19. And just for those of you just coming in, if you think you know who the greatest black artist of all time is, type it in. We're going into number 18 in a second here. Type it in, and if you're the first one to, hi Mary, if you're the first one to guess the proper one, then you get, it's just for fun, but you get a championship. So far, we've got Ange, who's in the room, TikTok. Has two. She's our leader. She's the hip hop. She won the hip hop week and she won the funk week. And then we've got my nephew Tamaz, who won the Motown week. Nana Banana, who won the country week, greatest country artist of all time, and Uncle Mike, who won the disco week. So if you want to join that elite list, make sure you pick right. Type in now. If somebody already picked your choice, you could still pick them, get honorary mentions, but it's probably wiser to try somebody else. You can write down, I wanted so-and-so, but somebody else had it, but whatever. Just have fun with it. Okay, so number 20 was Jackie Wilson. Number 19 was Louis Armstrong. And number 18 on my Music Goats, greatest of all time, black male artist, Drake. Can you believe it? A guy from Toronto just is suddenly number 18 of all black artists of all time. I'm not a huge fan of Drake's. There's about 3 songs I like of his, but I find he's a little overrated, and I don't know. His hip hop's a little nasally for me, but hey, everybody else disagrees with me. So number 18 is Drake, a Canadian rapper who initially gained recognition by starring as Jimmy Brooks in the TV drama series Degrassi: The Next Generation. Often praised as one of the most influential figures in hip hop, throughout his career, he posted a total of 10 number 1 singles in the US and Canada. His accolades consist of 5 Grammy Awards, 6 AMAs, 2 Brit Awards, 3 Juno Awards, and an incredible 39 Billboard Music Awards. Coming in at number 18, fellow Canadian, Drake. So there we go. We got the first 3 down. I don't know. It's just, growing up DJing my whole life and whatever, and it seemed for the most part, most music seemed to be, without sounding, outdated or anything, it's black and white. Distinct differences, but I must say I've always had a strong liking for pretty much any kind of black music, because it just, the soul and and just the groove and everything, the bass lines, it's just been incredible how much black musicians and artists have contributed to music worldwide. So, recap on my greatest black male artist of all time: number 20, Jackie Wilson; number 19, Louis Armstrong; number 18, Drake; and number 17 goes to Sam Cooke. Considered one of the most influential soul artists of all time, the late Sam Cooke is best remembered for songs like You Send Me, 1957, Wonderful World, 1960, Chain Gang, 1960, Cupid, 1961, and Twistin' the Night Away, 1962. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1986, the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1987, and in 1989, he was inducted a second time into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Stirrers. Unfortunately, his life was cut short in 1964 after he was shot and killed by the manager of a motel in Los Angeles. After an inquest and investigation, the courts ruled that Sam Cooke's death was a justifiable homicide. I'm just being careful because I got a warning from TikTok a couple weeks ago. I was mentioning a rock star that committed suicide or something. Did I say it again? Shoot. So you got to be really careful. Sorry, TikTok, I didn't mean that. But that wasn't that, the S word. He just got into some sort of confrontation, and that's it. Life over. It just makes you wonder what could have been with Sam Cooke, you know. Anyway, number 17 on the greatest black artist of all time goes to Sam Cooke. And with that, I'm just take a quick sip and remind you that I'm DJ Ray, and I do this every Tuesday live on TikTok at 8 p.m. sharp. I usually open up live around 10 just so, you know, we can get our seats and just, because I like to start at 8 o'clock. Just, you know, I'm one of those guys that, yeah, we say 8 o'clock, let's start at 8, right? I know when I show up somewhere, it's always a bonus when it starts on time. So let's continue on. The greatest black artist, male artist of all time. We left off at number 17. So number 16 is Otis Redding. Nicknamed the King of Soul, his most popular singles included songs like I've Been Loving You Too Long, 1965, Try a Little Tenderness, 1966, and his signature number one hit single, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, 1968. A two-time Grammy Award winner, Otis Redding received many posthumous accolades, including inductions into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame. In 1999, he was honored with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Unfortunately, we lost this icon way too early as he died at just 26 years of age after a fatal plane crash that plunged into Lake Monona in the state of Wisconsin. Okay, I don't know why I'm putting all this negative stuff in the last couple. Let's keep it cheery. What's sad though, 26. He didn't even make the infamous 27 Club a year earlier. So Otis Redding, for such a short, being so young when he passed away, what a career. And the number 16 all-time greatest black male artist. Not bad for a 26-year-old. Number 15. I think Nana Banana will like this one. I kind of had a feeling she might choose this one, but nope. Luther Vandross comes in at number 15 as the 15th greatest black male artist of all time. He's been an inspiration to a number of music artists, including Boyz II Men, John Legend, Neo, Ruben Studdard, and Usher, to name a few. Often referred to as the Velvet Voice, the late Luther Vandross was the recipient of 8 Grammy Awards, including Song of the Year in 2004 for his heartfelt ballad, Dance with My Father. Some of his other hit singles include Stop the Love, 1986, Here and Now, 1989, Power of Love, 1991, and his rendition of Endless Love with Mariah Carey in 1994. So yeah, they just had a special on him too, I believe on CNN a few weeks back. He's been hot topic lately. Coming in at number 15 of the all-time greatest black male artists, it's Luther Vandross. All right. It's getting exciting here. The artists are getting a little better and can't wait to see number 1. And can't wait to see if we have a winner tonight. I still haven't stumped you guys. Uncle Mike was the one who, I was so close to stumping you guys, and like early at the 11th hour, he just plunged in and won the Disco Week. It was supposed to be the greatest disco song of all time. And it was YMCA by Village People, and Uncle Mike guessed it and won his first championship of more to come, I'm sure. So let's see who wins tonight. If you haven't already typed your answer in, feel free to. There's still time. Number 14 Going back up into modern times, of the greatest black male artists of all time, Bruno Mars. An American singer well known for his wide range of musical styles, including pop, R&B, funk, soul, reggae, and rock. 6 of his singles are among the best-selling songs of all time. This list includes Just the Way You Are, 2010, Grenade, 2010, The Lazy Song, 2011, When I Was Your Man, 2013, Uptown Funk, 2014, and That's the Way I Like It, 2017. You guys love Bruno, eh? Yeah, he doesn't get enough. Well, he gets a lot of credit, but, as you can see on this list, I think of him as one of the greats of all time already, and he's still going. So, throughout his career, he has received many accolades, including 16 Grammy Awards, 4 Brit Awards, 11 AMAs, 14 Soul Train Music Awards, and 4 Guinness World Records. At the 2022 Grammy Awards, Bruno Mars became just the second artist to win Record of the Year on 3 different occasions. So that says a lot right there. Coming in at number 14, the guy that I thought reminded me of Michael Jackson when he first started his career, and kind of still does in some ways, Bruno Mars. All right, guys, I hope you're enjoying it so far. Let's see what we got here. Darren, how you doing, buddy? Just seeing you now. Seeing if there's anybody I missed here. Am I jogging your old mind, Uncle Mike? Somebody's got to do it. Okay. All right. So I think we're good for now. So, yeah. Let me just do a quick recap. Again, I'm DJ Ray every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. I'm live on TikTok, and I have my show called Music Goats, featuring a different greatest of all time in different music categories. This month, I'm focusing on Black History Month, so Black music. And I've been doing it all month, and tonight it's no exception. I'm looking for the greatest black male artist of all time, of any genre. Okay, so we had, first we had Jackie Wilson at number 20. We had Louis Armstrong at number 19. We had Canadian rapper Drake at number 18. Sam Cooke at number 17. The late Otis Redding at number 16. And Luther Vandross at number 15. And of course, just now, Bruno Mars at number 14. So that takes us to number 13. And we're going to, my favorite number. And we're going to go way back once again. I don't like way back. So his career, let me tell you who it is first. Nat King Cole. Okay. Talk about a great black artist. His career as a jazz and pop artist began in the late 1930s and spanned almost 3 decades. During that time span, he recorded over 100 songs that became hits in the US. Some of his most notable singles, or should I say unforgettable singles, are Mona Lisa, 1950, Unforgettable, 1951, Smile, 1954, isn't that the song from the Joker? Smile. That's a great song. And LOVE, 1964, to name just a few. He received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1960, the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1992, and an honorary induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the year 2000. Coming in at number 13 on the greatest black male artists of all time, it's Nat King Cole. So we got a couple real oldies here, a couple new, some in the middle. We're all over the place, right? As I promised we would be. So yeah, let's just keep going here with number 12. You guys remember Smokey Robinson? Well, he was founder and frontman for Motown vocal group The Miracles, who had hits like Shop Around in 1960, You've Really Got a Hold on Me, 1962. Mickey's Monkey, very cool song, 1963. Ooh Baby Baby, 1965. I Second That Emotion, 1967. And Tears of a Clown, 1970. Quite an array. As a solo artist, Smokey Robinson continued his success with chart singles like Cruisin', 1979, Being With You, 1981, Just to See Her, and One Heartbeat, both released in 1987. He also teamed up in 1984 with the late Rick James to record one of the sexiest R&B ballads I've ever heard, called Ebony Eyes. In 1987, he was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and 2 years later, he was also inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 12, it's Smokey Robinson. When did you guys like Smokey Robinson the best? When he was with the Miracles, in the 60s and 70s, early 70s, or when he was a solo artist? Because he was great with both, He had more hits with the Miracles, but I think I liked his solo stuff better. Yeah, you're with me on that one, Ange. Solo from Mary too, eh? Hi, Vic. Hey, Gorian. How are you guys? Okay, so once again, I'm counting down the greatest black male artists in tribute to Black History Month. Who's the greatest black male artist of all time? We have some votes in there. We always have a little fun and see if you guys, how good you know your music. And I guess it's more how good we're on the same wavelength. No, this, honestly, I think my charts are better than Billboard's, because sometimes I look at Billboards and they just throw things in, and some of it's political and with what record company. I just do it for literally the stuff that's important, like how good the music is and how many chart hits that they have and how popular and their endurance, blah, 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 so, but yeah, if you'd like to take a stab at it and pick an artist, a black male artist who you think is the greatest of all time, send it in. And by the way, thank you for the likes and thank you for the gifts, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's always fun after to kind of look at what everybody gave, and it just Ange, Uncle Mike, Nana, like you guys are just, I believe Darren's, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Anyway, I left off at number 12, Smokey Robinson. Just before we get to the top 10, let's do number 11. That makes sense, right? Number 10, 11, yeah, they go together. Number 11 is Usher. Okay, an American R&B singer from Dallas, Texas. It's a weird place for a great R&B singer to sprout from. He's earned 9 number one singles and sold more than 100 million records worldwide. At the end of 2009, Billboard magazine named Usher the number one Hot 100 artist of the decade. That's right. Often referred to as the king of R&B, Usher has been cited as an influence on many music artists, including Chris Brown, Drake, Justin Bieber, Jason Derulo, Bruno Mars, and the late Liam Payne. His numerous accolades include 8 Grammy Awards, 8 AMAs, 12 Soul Train Awards, 18 Billboard Music Awards, and 3 Guinness World Records. Join my team. Coming in at number 11, Usher. Where's his name? I think he's got the same name as me, right? But he likes to do the Raymond thing. I just like the Ray thing. I was never a big Raymond. It sounds too official and proper. All right. Once again, I'm DJ Ray. I'm here every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, live on TikTok with my show Music Goats, featuring the greatest of all time in different music themes. This month, all the themes are about Black history. Tonight is no exception. Tonight, we're looking for the greatest black male artist of all time. Doesn't matter the genre. If he's a black male artist and you think he's the greatest of all time, had the biggest influence and whatnot, type it in. So far, we've had guesses, for Michael Jackson. We've had guesses for, What else did we have here? Yeah. Okay. I suck at the chat board. It's always nicer having a. Mary, is that your official pick, Lionel Richie? Getting some great picks, you guys. I'm loving this. Let's continue. Let's find out as we head into our top 10 in search of that number one GOAT. Number 11 was Usher. And let's crack the top 10 with Little Richard. Described as the architect of rock and roll, his charismatic showmanship and dynamic music style laid the foundation for the evolution of rock and roll. Jimi Hendrix for Ange. Wow, good pick. Cited as one of the first crossover black artists, he was able to reach audiences of all races. His music was able to break the color line, drawing black and white people together despite attempts to sustain segregation. Uncle Mike said Ray Charles, that's right. Cited as one of the first crossover black artists, Little Richard was able to reach... I said that already, didn't I? In 1986, he was part of the very first to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And in 1993, he received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Think about Little Richard for a second. He came out in a time in the early mid-50s when not only was rock and roll not established yet, because he came out before Elvis, if I'm not mistaken. So technically, and he was a black artist, and he was loved. So, and when you think of just not only his musicianship and his style and the excitement he brings to the stage, he just, a crazy man on that piano and whatnot. So, yeah, Little Richard had to make the top 10 of the greatest black artists of all time for sure. So, at number 10, we have Little Richard. Okay, let's move on to number 9. I got to do it. Wow! That was lame. All right, James Brown comes in at number 9. Say It Ain't Snow. Snow the artist? No, he's white. Or it's not snowing out. Okay, I don't know. I shouldn't jump into a conversation that is halfway into it. James Brown, often described as the hardest working man in show business, his career spanned over 50 years, and he did work hard. He was dripping sweat every time he was on that stage. His best known singles include Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, 1965, It's a Man's World, 1966, Cold Sweat, 1967, Give It Up or Turn It Loose, 1969, Hot Pants, 1971, and Living in America, 1985, to name very little. A Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, Rolling Stone magazine ranked James Brown at number 7 on its list of the 100 greatest artists of all time. So, yeah, they're ranking him even higher than me because I got him at 9. I got him at 9 on just the black male artists. Rolling Stone magazine has him at 7 on any artist, black, white, Spanish, Greek. So, yeah, there's no denying James Brown. I mean, you could argue him to be the number 1 of all time. But, yeah, when you see the next 8, you'll see why James Brown is at number 9. So coming in at number 9, James Brown. Once again, I'm DJ Ray, here every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, live on TikTok with my show Music Goats, the greatest of all time, in different music categories. This month being Black History Month, I've dedicated every Tuesday to black musicians. The first week was Motown. The second week was funk. The third week is the greatest black male artist of all time. And next week it's going to be the greatest black female artist of all time. So let's continue. Somebody said this guy for number 1, and he's coming in at number 8. So, unfortunately, great choice. But if you said Jimi Hendrix, he's number 8. He was a legendary American musician who is widely regarded as one of the greatest guitarists in the history of music. He is best remembered for various psychedelia tracks like Hey Joe, 1966, Purple Haze, 1967, Foxy Lady, Wayne's World, 1967, and All Along the Watchtower, my favorite song, 1968 from Hendrix. In 1968, Billboard magazine named him Artist of the Year. And in 1992, Jimi Hendrix was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Even in death, Jimi Hendrix remains a mystery, as he is part of the notorious 27 Club, featuring many famous musicians who have died at the tender age of 27. Artists who are part of this group include Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Rolling Stones' Brian Jones, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, and of course, the enigmatic Jimi Hendrix. So it's really weird how so many great musicians, like those, every name I named there were above and beyond, and they all died at 27. So interesting. Amy Winehouse was the latest to join, whatever that was, how many years ago when she died, just 10 years ago or something, 10, 15. Anyway, so number 8, Jimi Hendrix. So whoever said Jimi Hendrix, was that you, Ange? Whoever said Jimi Hendrix is eliminated from winning the title tonight. So we're just going to move on now to number 7. And that artist is Marvin Gaye. How's it going, Frankie? Marvin Gaye, known by many as the Prince of Motown, he helped shape the label's sound during the 1960s, including hits like How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You, 1964, Ain't That Peculiar, 1965, and I Heard It Through the Grapevine, 1968. Institutions have posthumously honored Marvin Gaye with various accolades, including a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame and the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He was also inducted into both the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 7 on the greatest black artists of all time, Marvin Gaye. This is one of the funnest themes I've done. It just seems like every artist could be argued at top 5. Everyone on here, and there's probably several I'm not even going to mention tonight that could honestly be on here. But it just goes to show how much black music has revolutionized the world, in many ways. So it's crazy. It's amazing. Coming in at number 6, I believe somebody said this one too. Another amazing pick, but not quite at number 1. So number 6, Ray Charles, an American singer and pianist who had success with hit singles like What Did I Say, 1959, Georgia on My Mind, 1960, Hit the Road Jack, 1961, and I Can't Stop Loving You, 1962. During his time with ABC Records, he became one of the first black musicians to be granted complete artistic control by a mainstream record company. Including his 1986 induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Ray Charles won a total of 18 Grammy Awards. 5 of these awards were granted after his death. In 1987, he was honored with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Did any of you guys see that movie, Ray, where Jamie Foxx played Ray Charles? I thought that was such a well done movie, and Jamie Foxx was great in it. So I mean, if you want an easy kind of somewhat biography of Ray Charles, I recommend that movie for kicks and giggles. Number 6, greatest black male artist of all time, Ray Charles. All right, number 5. I don't have my moderator with me today. I don't have Chrissy here to help me with the drum rolls. What's going on? So I guess we'll save the drum roll to the top 3 and get to number 5. The 5th best black male artist of all time goes to Chuck Berry. Nicknamed the father of rock and roll, he helped transform rhythm and blues music into the major elements that made rock and roll distinctive. Some examples include songs like Maybelline, 1955, Roll Over Beethoven, 1956, Rock and Roll Music, 1957, and of course, Johnny B. Good, 1958. In 1984, he received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 1986, he was among the very first musicians to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A few years ago in 2020, the International Astronomical Union named a small crater on Mercury after him. That's when you know you're big. When they take a planet that they have never been to, but yet they see this small crater and they name it Chuck Berry. Artist number 5. The greatest of all time black male artists goes to Chuck Berry. And that takes me to number 4. Number 4. The artist formerly known as Prince. He's been on a lot of my charts lately for different things. It was like funk last week, and I think 3-4 weeks before that. He's just goes to show how big of an artist he really was. Known for his flamboyant persona, this late legend was the recipient of numerous awards and is regarded as one of the greatest musicians of his generation. Many famous artists have cited him as an influence, including Bruno Mars, Rihanna, Usher, Alicia Keys, and Lenny Kravitz. Having sold more than 100 million records worldwide, Prince is ranked as one of the best-selling artists of all time. His eclectic style allowed him to dabble in various genres including pop, R&B, rock, and blues. He has a total of 5 number 1 chart toppers in the US, including When Doves Cry, 1984, Let's Go Crazy, 1984, Kiss, 1986, Bat Dance, 1989, and Cream, 1991. I can't believe Bat Dance was a number 1. That was a terrible song. Sorry, but I think I played it once, and I always play songs twice at least, and I didn't even give it a second chance. But all those other ones are amazing. But yeah, I didn't even realize Bat Dance was a number 1 until now. But I guess I did know because I put this together. But anyway, he was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004 and the UK Music Hall of Fame in 2006. The artist we formerly knew as Prince is the number 4 greatest black male artist of all time. Which brings us to our first drum roll for the top 3. You guys ready for this? The 3 artists I'm about to mention are pretty mind-blowing. Okay, so let's do our little drum roll. Somebody said this one. Great pick, but unfortunately it's not number 1. It's number 3. And that person is Lionel Richie. He rose to fame in the 1970s as one of the lead singers of the Commodores. During his time with the band, he wrote and sang the hit singles Easy, 1977, 3 Times a Lady, 1978, Sail On, and Still, both released in 1979. As a solo artist, he experienced even greater success with a total of 5 number 1 US singles, including Endless Love with Diana Ross in 1981, Truly, 1982, All Night Long, 1983, Hello, 1984, and Say You, Say Me, 1985. In 1980, he wrote and produced the US number 1 single, Lady, for Kenny Rogers. A 4-time Grammy Award winner, in 2022, he was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 3 with so many hits, and you're right, is Lionel Richie. So, who said Lionel Richie? Yeah, Endless Love. I mean, I don't want to sound sappy, but you're right, Frankie. You know what? We're guys, but we can show our emotional side, right? It was a great song. A good song's a good song. It doesn't matter. So yeah, what do you guys think? Lionel Richie at number 3. You said Lionel Richie, Mary? That was a great pick again. Mary's always in there with the top 3 picks, but she's. Is that who you're saying? Taking a second pick? You're going with Stevie? That's okay. Your family will let it go. So, yeah. Number 3, greatest black artist of all time, male black artist of all time is Lionel Richie. And you're right, so many songs just by himself, let alone with the Commodores. How many artists have an amazing career with a band and an amazing career as a solo artist? It doesn't happen too often. Number 3 was Lionel Richie. Okay, number 2, Mary, just missed it. You know, I really want you to get a championship soon because you're getting so close. Number 2 is Stevie Wonder. Also, I've had Stevie Wonder in a lot of my shows the past few weeks too. Just shows his greatness. He started his career as a child prodigy, releasing his debut single Fingertips in 1963 when he was just 13 years old. This was his first number 1 single. Since then, he had many other chart toppers, including Superstition, 1972, You Are the Sunshine of My Life, 1973, I Wish, 1976, Sir Duke, 1977, and I Just Called to Say I Love You, 1984. Throughout his career, Stevie Wonder has won an amazing 25 Grammy Awards, which is more than any other male artist ever. He has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and in 2014, he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Coming in at number 2 of the greatest of all time black male artists, Stevie Wonder. What an honor. What an honor. And speaking of honor, I'm about to announce number 1. How's it going, Baby Bear? Glad you can join us. Okay. We need a little sip for this one. And I'll tell you, somebody got it right. But who? Number 1. Drum roll, please. Thank you for the gift. And the gifts. I love how everything moves. I feel powerful. Number 1. Congratulations, Nana Banana, who picked Michael Jackson as the greatest black male artist of all time. Who can really argue? Dubbed the king of pop music, this late legend made his debut in 1964 with his brothers Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon as a member of the Jackson 5. His most popular solo hits include Ben, 1972, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, 1979, Rock With You, 1979, Billie Jean, 1983, Beat It, 1983, Thriller, 1983, good album, Bad, 1987, Man in the Mirror, 1988, and Black or White, 1991, to name just a very few. With estimated sales of over, get this, 500 million records worldwide, he is one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Throughout his career, he posted 13 number 1 singles in the U.S. Crazy. Congratulations, Nana Banana. You are our champion for tonight. So to just give an update of our champions list so far, we now have a tie in first place. Nana Banana has 2 victories. She's the country queen and now the black male artist queen. And tied with her is my sister Ange, who is the champion of hip-hop and funk. And then we've got Uncle Mike is the champion of disco. He has 1 title. And my nephew Tamaz also has 1 title for Motown. So this is getting pretty interesting. I know, hey Frankie, you got to win one of these. Got to get in there, buddy. I know you know your music, so just get in there. I think what it is Nana Banana's getting smart. She's coming in at 5 to 8, typing it in quick, and nobody else can pick her answer. But that was not only a great pick, I thought it was fairly obvious. I mean, I would have thought before this, I probably would have thought either Michael Jackson or Prince. Where did I have Prince? I had Prince at what, number 4? But sometimes I do these and I surprise myself after a while as I'm ranking them. So, yeah, sometimes I wasn't surprised with Michael Jackson, though. He deservedly should be the GOAT, you know. And speaking of GOATs, just a reminder that I will be here every Tuesday night live on TikTok at 8 p.m. sharp. I usually open up the live at around 10 to, so you can get in and, you know, relax and not miss anything, because I usually start right at 8 p.m. So next Tuesday, February 25th at 8 p.m. live, we're now going to flip it, continuing Black History Month, and we're going to focus on the greatest Black female artist of all time. There's quite a few there too, so that's going to be cool. Yeah, before I let everybody go, first of all, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I so appreciate. Thank you, Nana, for the compliment. I appreciate the support, the continued support. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it. You know, it's just going to continue to grow, and I'm so glad you're here, and thank you for the gifts and whatnot. And with that, be sure and check me out on social media. I'm on most of the major platforms. You can easily find me by going to your favorite platform and just typing in DJ Ray's Music. And yeah, you can find out everything about me there or on your favorite social media. Alternatively, you can check out my website at djraysmusic.com. Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for tonight. Black History Month continues next Tuesday, and that'll be the end of Black History Month too. So hope to see you then. Thanks again. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everybody. Frankie, Nana, congratulations on your victory. And we'll see if who's going to win next week. Have a great night, guys. Take care.